everyone, JulioToyReviews here, and this is a review of the Power Rangers Ninja Steel Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord. So the Ninja Steel Megazord is a pretty interesting combination. In Ninja, the Zords for the Rangers were based off the toys that they played with as children. But over here in Ninja Steel, I don't know how they're going to explain it because of the fact that as of this recording, the show has not begun yet. But the Zords for the Ninja Steel Megazord include the Robo Red Sword, the Dragonzord, the Dump Truck Zord, the Kodiak Sword, and the Bullet Train Zord, which by the way, Dump Truck and Bullet Train are not actually confirmed names as of this recording, but if you're watching this in the future, you can leave me a comment below. So yeah, dogs and trucks don't exactly come into mind when you think of ninjas. But anyways, this Megazord is actually pretty good. I really like the design of Shurikenjin. So let's see how I'm enjoying the Ninja Steel Megazord. So let's get on with this review. So first we'll start off with the Robo Red Sword. Now as the name implies, this is a robot and it belongs to the Red Ranger. This is basically a humanoid Zord along the lines of the Red Ape Ninja Zord. So over here you have the Robo Red Sword and he really doesn't have much articulation. You can see the arms over here, turn 360. The legs will bend forward because of transformation purposes, and you can even fold them up into an arm because of a later combination. But yeah, apart from that, he really doesn't do much. However, there will be a 5-inch figure released for the Robo Red Sword, along with 5-inch figures for the Dragon and the Tusk Zords. So those will probably work out better in terms of articulation. Now one thing I should mention with the Robo Red Sword is the Power Star over here. This is the Power Star that's used to form the Megazord helmet. And unlike normal Power Stars, the shuriken part isn't made out of foam, but rather plastic, just like the Japanese versions. Unfortunately, there is no detailing here like with the normal Power Stars. And you can't flip forward the head because of the Megazord transformation. And you could even do the Dragon mode in a way. Not necessarily because unfortunately you can't detach the red shuriken and put in a blue one just like in Shurikenjin. But you can still do Dragon mode in a way, the little helmet that it has. So yeah, that's basically it for the Robo Red Sword and the Power Star. So now let's get on to the Dragonzord. So over here is the Dragonzord and it really doesn't do much. You can pretend he's flying and stuff like this, like wee. But apart from that, nothing really else. You have the arms over here, which you can flip up a bit. However, don't try to press them down too hard like Bruno did, because if not, you may end up breaking them. And on the back over here, you have the wings along with the tail. Now, many people say that this is a flawed design choice of having to put the tail first and then the wings instead of the wings being separate from the tail, because in Dragon Maru for Shurikenjin, the wings would attach to the side and then you would have the tail attaching like right about here. But I understand what they were trying to do here. They were trying to fit in the wings and the tail. And it won't be so obvious if you look at it from like this maybe, but if you look at it from the back, like actually from the side, it's a lot more obvious. And if you look at it at the back, it really doesn't show. So it doesn't bother me too much, but it's something I should mention. And unfortunately, the mouth does not open and close. But that's basically it for the Dragonzord. So now let's get on to the Dump Truck Zord. So over here is the Dump Truck Zord. And by the way, as of this recording, since Ninja Steel is not aired yet, the name Dump Truck Zord has not been confirmed. But that's what I'm thinking they'll call it. So people have been criticizing the Dump Truck Zord for being the worst design out of the 5 for the Ninja Steel Megazord. Not in concept, but rather in the Bandai America toy here. And that's because, first of all, the lack of paint. It's Bandai of America, people. It's been like 6 years. You should expect that. And second of all, because of the fact that the front part of the truck forms the left arm for the Ninja Steel Megazord, if you're looking at it face to face, and the fist over here is exposed. I really don't have a problem with that, considering the black sort of blends it in, but I can see why people have a problem with it. But over here is the Dump Truck Zord, and he really can't do much like the other Zords. You can lift this thing because of transformation purposes. You can roll him around, which on this surface it's actually pretty hard. And yeah, there's not really a whole lot you could do with him in its dump truck mode. So now let's get on to the Kodiak Sword. So over here is the Kodiak Sword. And now you may be thinking, wait a minute, but isn't this a dog? Well, yes, it is a dog. But for some weird reason, they decided to call it the Kodiak Sword. Now, I looked up what a Kodiak is, and it's a type of bear. Now, people have said that Kodiak also refers to a dog species, and I hope that they're referring to the dog species in the show, because if they call this a bear, I am going to be laughing so hard. But anyways, and I should mention that this is a bit of a missed opportunity to put a meme in Power Rangers, because of the fact that you know that Shiba Inus are a very popular meme. They're a dog species. And since this sort of looks like a Shiba Inu, I would have called it the Megazord. It just would have been amazing, and it's honestly something that would make me laugh, but in a good way, because of the fact that I'm actually a pretty big fan of Shiba Inus and of the Doge meme. So over here is the Kodiak Sword, and it can't do much. It's a piece of plastic. Unfortunately, you cannot move the legs or anything, and you can only move the head because of transformation purposes, but that's it. So now let's get on to the next Zord, the Bullet Train Zord. So over here is the Bullet Train Zord. Now, just like with the Dump Truck Zord, the name Bullet Train Zord has not been confirmed, but this is what I'm guessing they'll call it, or they'll probably call it like Train Zord or something. And speaking of trains, it's a really sad thing that ToQger was not adapted. Just a moment of silence for that series. Alright, back on track. So, over here we have the Train Zord, and I kind of have some gripes with the Train Zord. First of all, these Zord Builder pegs over here. Now, if you may remember from the Dump Truck Zord, the little midsection part actually had pegs in Shurikenjin. However, in the Ninja Steel Megazord, they decided to put the pegs over here. Now, this wouldn't bother me if the pegs were on the other side, but because of transformation purposes, the pegs have to be here, and it really doesn't look good. The pegs are too obvious over there. Also, another thing, the connection between the two legs over here is pretty loose. Now, from what I remember Shurikenjin, it was something where like these two clicked on, just like with the ToQger trains. But over here, it's just, the connection's pretty bad. You can see over here with the little clip, and yeah, this speaks for itself. But apart from that, the Train Zord is just like all the other Zords. It doesn't really do much, and it has all the paint it needs. However, I do miss the little green paint over here on the sort of visor, because that actually looked really cool on the Train Zord and Shurikenjin, and over here it just makes it look bland. But that's basically it for all of these Zords. So now we're ready to combine them into the Ninja Steel Megazord. So in order to form the Ninja Steel Megazord, you're first going to grab the Train Zord over here, and you're going to separate it. And you're going to grab the Kodiak Zord and attach it over here. And now you're going to grab the Dump Truck Zord over here, and let me just put these down for a second. Put the arm over here, flip this little stool over here down, and attach the legs. Just like that. You're then going to grab the Dragonzord, detach the wings, detach the tail, and you're going to combine it like this. And you're going to put the sword in this hand, and you're going to, oh wait, this piece snapped off. And you're going to put the shield right over here. And next, you're going to grab the Robo Red Sword over here, and you're going to fit him in. And let me just separate that, put him in like that, and you're going to grab these little handles over here so that you could be able to hold them. And finally, grab the helmet and attach them over here. And there we have the Ninja Steel Megazord, and I actually really like this design. it's how I said at the beginning of the video that the Zord choices are weird, yet I really like the design for Shurikenjin, and it is amazing. I like how they are able to grab all these random Zords and put them together to make this giant samurai mech. And for basic articulation, you have the arms over here, which go 360, both of them. By the way, whoops, that reminds me that I forgot to lower these tires over here. And yeah, that's the thing. The Ninja Steel Megazord likes to come off alive. And over here on the legs, you can do the splits, you can actually kick, and you can even bend the legs down because of a later combination that's going to come around the lines of 2018. So it's basically it for the Ninja Steel Megazord. However, there is one more mode left for the Ninja Steel Megazord, and this actually wasn't advertised on the box surprisingly. And that is the Dragon mode of the Ninja Steel Megazord. So in order to form the Dragon mode, you're gonna take off the Shuriken over here, take off the Robo Red Sword, take off the sword, and you're gonna attach it to the back over here. And you're going to grab the wings, attach them over here, attach the dragon in the center now instead of the Robo Red Sword, bend it forward, and you're gonna grab the Robo Red Sword, flip it to make an arm. Let me just attach it. And there you have the Dragon mode of the Ninja Steel Megazord. Now, to be honest, this is both good and bad. The reason I say its design is bad is because in Shurikenjin, with the little shuriken that you would get, you would be able to swap out the actual shuriken part into the Blue Rangers. And then it had like a little eye over here so that when you would flip this up, which this has teeth, and you would attach it over here, it would make a bigger dragon head, which would make this look like an actual dragon. However, we decided not to do that in the US for some reason, and I hope that maybe we could get another Power Star like this, which has the Blue Rangers instead of the Red Rangers. And the reason I say this design is good is because I've had a strange fascination with the Dragon mode of the Ninja Steel Megazord. I like the fact that it goes back to a Megazord having two modes, just like how in Time Force, how the Time Force Megazord had Mode Red and Mode Blue. So it's a nice little callback to one of the best seasons Power Rangers has ever done. And I like the whole concept of just this becoming a giant dragon. And it's a shame that they really didn't use it much in the show, and hopefully in Ninja Steel they'll use it a lot more than what they did in Ninja. But that's basically it for the Ninja Steel Megazord in general. Overall, the Ninja Steel Megazord is pretty okay, and I would recommend it if you're a Power Rangers fan. If you can't afford Shurikenjin, I would recommend that you would get the Ninja Steel Megazord. It's basically a watered down Shurikenjin in terms of size and paint, but apart from that, nothing has really been changed, which is a good thing. You could probably get Shurikenjin for double the price, but for those of you who, like me, can't afford $60 in Megazord, you could probably be able to get this. You could be able to get the Ninja Steel Megazord as a decent replacement. These Zords are perfectly okay and they do what they need to do. They have enough paint to them, and yeah, even though they don't do much, they do what they need to do. And the Ninja Steel Megazord, the one word I would use to describe it is simple. It's simple, but it's still pretty enjoyable. So that's basically it for the Ninja Steel Megazord. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below. Until next time, I'm JulioToyReviews, and I'm signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone.